There was once a stone cutter who every day would sit at the bottom of the stone mountain and chipped away at the stone. He performed his work happily and was thankful to the goddess for his simple life. One day a prince passed with a parade of elephants and dancers. The stone cutter watched the parade. How powerful the prince was, thought the stone cutter. The stone cutter prayed to the goddess that one day he too could be a prince. The wise and generous goddess heard the hard-working stone cutter's prayer and decided to answer it. To his great surprise, he suddenly became the prince and was now living in a beautiful palace. He had all the food he could ever eat and all the money in the world. But what he loved most was the palace garden. His favorite thing was his roses. The roses were very beautiful. As summer set in, the sun shined brightly in the garden, and the roses started to wither and die. No matter how much he watered the roses continued to wilt. He looked up at the sun. How powerful the sun is, he thought. The stonecutter was no longer happy being just a prince. The stonecutter prayed, "I pray that I could be as powerful as the sun." The goddess heard his prayer and decided to accept his plea. The stonecutter became the sun. He was very powerful and shined brightly. He began to abuse his gifts by shining too brightly on everyone below. He scorched the fields. He caused a famine, and the villagers were very sad. The merciless stonecutter laughed at the helpless people. But all of a sudden, a huge black cloud came and moved between him and the earth. No matter how far he reached his light, he could no longer shine on everyone below. The stonecutter was very mad. How powerful that storm cloud is, he thought. "Goddess, please, make me the clouds." The goddess looked at the stonecutter and saw that he was becoming out of control. She decided to grant his prayer, and the stonecutter became the clouds. He continued to show no mercy on the people below. He threw lightning bolts, rain, snow, and wind. But after a while, he ran up against something that would not move. No matter how much it rained, no matter how much snow or wind, the mountain did not move. How powerful the mountain is! "There is nothing more powerful than the mountain," said the stonecutter. "Goddess, I demand that you make me the mountain." The goddess looked at the poor stonecutter and the misguided choices he made. The goddess decided to teach the stonecutter a lesson. The goddess answered this one last prayer. "This is your last prayer. No longer will I answer your humble requests." The goddess bowed goodbye and disappeared. The greedy stonecutter became the mountain and was now more powerful than anything else. He was very happy until he felt a tiny sting on the bottom of his toe. A small prick. He looked below at the base of his foothill, where he saw a simple stonecutter, chipping away at the stone. The mountain trembled.